First, street fighting is illegal, whether you're using boxing, MMA, or any other technique. Law is the same for all, and we don't have to bring up how risky to fight on the street is. You can get hurt or even killed in the blink of an eye. Be smart and run. Yet, life is not just sunshine and rainbows. Neither you can always run away from street fighting scenarios. Sometimes life forces you to start swinging for your life. That is a harsh reality of this life. Still, the biggest troubles come when we least expect them in our lives. Someone can attack you on your way to work, the gym, or while hanging out in a bar. We can all recall at least one life situation when we thought, "Ugh, if only I knew how to fight." It's never too late to sign up for martial arts classes and learn how to fight. Number 5. Krav Maga. Founded by the Israel forces, Krav Maga is a fighting style designed for street fighting. Unlike other arts from this list, Krav Maga is not a sport, and it doesn't include any contest, but it will teach you many useful street fighting techniques you won't find anywhere else. Krav Maga trains you for real fighting scenarios without rules. Training is intense since the instructors do their best to simulate the actual pressure of being in a fight. They'll use various tricks to play with your fears and adrenaline. You might get insulted, hit from behind, or yelled at in training, but these are things you may face in street fighting. Even though it sounds risky, which fighting is, Krav Maga is safe to train. You will learn how to strike, fight against weapons, and multiple attackers. In fact, Krav Maga puts a lot of focus on weapons and how to defend against them. It teaches you how to fight someone who has a knife or any other weapon in their hand, so expect to use various and plastic weapons in training. This is where Krav Maga is superior to other martial arts, because boxing or MMA won't teach you those valuable lessons. Pros: realistic training teaches you how to deal with various weapons. You will learn how to use and defend against dirty techniques. Combine striking techniques from various martial arts. Cons: even though they try really hard, you can't mimic the power of an actual attack with a real weapon and violent intention. It doesn't include any type of competition or sparring. Most of the attacks in training are not spontaneous and pre-arranged. Number 4. Boxing. At first sight, boxing might not look ideal for street fighting, since boxers use only their hands to strike. Next, it doesn't cover all the areas of fighting, as boxers fight only standing. But we believe boxing offers much more. There is a small science behind it, and no one should overlook the effectiveness of boxing on the streets. Boxing is useful in street fighting, and it will train you how to knock your opponent out with a single punch. This is crucial because you don't want to score points against the assailant. No, you need to finish the fight as fast as possible. Even though boxing has clear limitations, it's still one of the best fighting styles for self-defense. No other fighting style can teach you better footwork, punches, and head movement. As a trained boxer, you'll know how to keep your distance, slip punches, and throw fast punching combos. Having a better movement and being much faster is crucial for any fight, not just street fighting. Pros: teaches you how to keep your distance and not being hit using footwork and head movement. Improves the speed and strength in your hands, which allows you to punch faster and harder. It includes a lot of sparring, in which you can get a feel how it is to be in a real fist fight. Boxing helps you overcome the fear of fighting. Cons: boxing techniques are not versatile enough to prepare you for all street fighting scenarios. You won't learn how to fight on the ground or stop the takedowns. Doesn't teach you how to defend against dirty techniques or weapons. Lack of clinch fighting. Doesn't teach you how to defend against kicks. Number 3. Muay Thai. Out of all stand-up martial arts, Muay Thai might be one of the most effective ones. Even though this stays open for debate, no one can deny Muay Thai does the most damage, and will teach you all you need to know about stand-up fighting. Muay Thai is also known as the art of 8 limbs, since fighters can strike with fists, elbows, knees, and shins. The main weapon of most Thai boxers are vicious kicks they use to strike from distance. Expect to throw thousands of them in training. You'll also learn how to use elbows and knees in the clinch, as well as sweeps to throw the opponent off balance. Every single technique you learn can be applied in street fighting. Just look at how important Muay Thai skills are in modern MMA if you need any proof. Once in a street fight, you will have a big advantage, notably in the clinch. Most people don't know how to fight in that position, and you can quickly put them out using knees and elbows. With Muay Thai training, you will improve your cardio levels and muscle strength. You'll never see a Muay Thai fighter gassing out in a fight. I mean, they're running around 10 miles just to warm up. This allows you to outlast the assailant in a street fight and gas them out. Pros: complete stand-up martial art that teaches how to use all limbs to do damage. You will know how to strike at a distance using kicks and punches, how to apply vicious knee and elbows in the clinch as well as sweeps and various throws. Embraces a hard method of training that is often seen as a full body workout. Cons: doesn't teach how to stop takedowns or fight on the ground. Lack of dirty techniques, weapons, and illegal tactics. Number 2. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. BJJ is a grappling-based martial art and one of the most useful fighting styles for street fighting. Even though it focuses on ground fighting, BJJ matches well against most striking and other arts. And let's not forget, it is perhaps the only fighting style that teaches you how to fight against a much bigger person. It is perfect for street fighting since most average people don't know how to fight on the ground. We all have the ability to throw a punch and do damage, but most people look lost once the fight goes to the ground. Since it emerges from judo, BJJ will teach you how to use various throws and wrestling moves. You can use them to quickly pin the assailant and secure a dominant position. Once there, you can use various chokes and joint locks to neutralize the assailant. Even though it may not look that way at first, BJJ submissions are very effective and even dangerous. If you're not careful, you can break someone's arm or leg in a split second. But as a person trained in BJJ, you will know how to apply just enough force to stop the assailant without hurting them. This perhaps is the best thing about BJJ. With boxing or Muay Thai skills, you must hurt the assailant to win a street fight. BJJ allows you to win a fight while keeping the assailant and yourself safe and unhurt. Pros: BJJ techniques all work in real life and are very effective against taller or heavier persons. Teaches you how to take the assailant down using judo and wrestling moves. BJJ submissions are very effective on the ground and give you huge advantage. It includes a lot of sparring where you can learn how to apply BJJ techniques in real life. Cons: BJJ doesn't teach how to throw strikes or defend against kicks and punches. You won't learn how to defend against dirty techniques or a person who has a weapon. Not great against multiple attackers. Number 1. Mixed martial arts, or MMA. In some ways, MMA is street fighting with rules in place, and we don't have to spend many words on how good it is for self-defense. It teaches you techniques broad enough to keep you safe in most fighting scenarios, or in short, MMA will teach you how to fight, standing up, ground fighting, clinch fighting. With MMA training, you won't just learn a single martial arts style. Instead, MMA consists of various grappling and striking techniques mixed into one martial arts style. These techniques have been battle-proven in MMA matches and they all work in real life as well. Here's a list of martial arts you'll learn: Muay Thai, wrestling, boxing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. This mix of 4 different styles prepares you for any type of fighting scenario. This is why MMA is so good for street fighting, as no other fighting style teaches you how to fight in all areas. MMA might be the perfect choice for street fighting, but we have to point out it's limited in certain areas. Training MMA won't prepare you for some dirty techniques like eye gouging or how to defend against multiple assailants, but in one-on-one scenario, it is by far the most useful fighting style on the planet. Pros: MMA techniques are versatile enough to prepare you for most fighting scenarios. It teaches a person to fight standing up, in the clinch, and on the ground. You'll become an expert in multiple fighting styles, which is great for street fighting. MMA sparring and matches are very similar to fighting on the streets. Cons: MMA doesn't teach you how to fight against weapons, multiple assailants, or dirty techniques. Even though it covers all areas of fighting, it won't help you in all street settings.